On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples:
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Dietary.
Relating to or affecting the way that a person eats or the specific foods that they consume.
Examples:
Dietary supplement. Dietary restrictions. The menu at the restaurant includes many dietary options for those with food restrictions.
Allowance.
A set amount of money or resources given regularly or periodically, a granted permission or privilege, the act of allowing or giving permission.
Examples:
Meal allowance. Travel allowance. As parents, we must teach our children about financial responsibility by giving them a weekly allowance.
Poetry.
Poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Animation.
The technique of photographing successive drawings or positions of puppets or models to create an illusion of movement when the film is shown as a sequence. Enthusiasm and energy in the way you look or behave.
Examples:
Animation studio. Animation film. The animation of the characters in the movie was so realistic, and it was as if they were there.
Poem.
A piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas by paying particular attention to diction, sometimes rhyme, rhythm, and imagery.
Examples:
A narrative poem. Poem to the dead. A great poem is a fountain forever overflowing with the waters of wisdom and delight.
Unnatural.
Not in accordance with the normal or natural order, or not normal, typical, or expected.
Examples:
Unnatural death. Unnatural disaster. The unnatural growth of the city has disrupted wildlife habitats.
Unnecessary.
Not needed or required, not essential or important.
Examples:
Unnecessary expense. Unnecessary hassle. The extra steps in the process were deemed unnecessary and removed to streamline production.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Poet.
A person who writes poetry.
Examples:
A court poet. A poet of sorts. She is a talented poet who has been recognized for her work.
Laureate.
A person who has been awarded an honor or a prize for achievement in a particular field, especially in literature or academia. A poet who is honored for achieving the highest level of excellence in a competition or for producing a lifetime body of work.
Examples:
Oscar laureate. Poet laureate. The Nobel laureate delivered an inspiring speech to the graduating class.
Hire.
To give somebody a job.
Examples:
Hire a guide. Hire a car by the hour. We should always be prepared to hire talented recruits.
Animate.
To make something full of interest and energy.
Examples:
Animate the body. Animate his soul. The positive attitude of the supervisor animated the discussion.
Initially.
At the beginning, at first.
Examples:
Initially anticipated. Diagnosed initially as a tumor. This train departed later than initially scheduled.
Resistant.
Not affected by something, especially changes or new ideas, of or relating to immunity, to disease or infection.
Examples:
Penicillin-resistant bacteria. Resistant to persuasion. Insects in urban areas are becoming resistant to insecticides.
Disastrous.
Extremely bad, harmful, or unsuccessful.
Examples:
Have disastrous consequences. Absolutely disastrous effect. The emission of hazardous substances has disastrous effects on the ecology of a region.
Verbal.
Expressed in spoken rather than written words.
Examples:
Verbal communication. Verbal abuse. The candidate must have excellent verbal skills.
Compose.
To write music, poetry, or formal writing, to constitute or make up a whole, or a specified part of it.
Examples:
Compose an essay. Compose my thoughts. The structure is composed of 3 main components.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Cow.
A domesticated mammal with characteristic features such as a hump, large udders, and curved horns that is raised for its milk or meat.
Examples:
Cowherd. Dairy cow. The farmer milked the cows every morning before breakfast.
Drawing.
The act of making a picture with a pencil, pen, or other instruments on paper, cardboard, or other material.
Examples:
Technical drawing. Drawing for design. She is talented at drawing and has won several awards for her artwork.
Relent.
To soften or become less severe, particularly in response to pressure or persuasion. To abandon a harsh or demanding attitude or stance.
Examples:
Relent to pressure. Don't relent until late in the evening. The team refused to relent even after falling 3 points behind.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Cartoon.
A simple drawing depicting a humorous or critical situation, often accompanied by a caption.
Examples:
Cartoon character. Cartoon industry. He spent his afternoon watching cartoon movies on TV.
Junk.
Discarded or unused material or objects, often considered worthless or of little value, also used to describe cheap or poorly made items or food that is high in calories but lacking in nutrition.
Examples:
Junk mail. Hunk of junk. I need to clear out some of the junk in my garage.
Childhood.
The state or time of being a child.
Examples:
Since childhood. Childhood development. He had fond memories of his childhood spent playing in the park with his friends.
Influential.
Having significant impact or power on someone or something.
Examples:
An influential newspaper. An influential politician. Early childhood experiences are very influential for people.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Broth.
A liquid in which meat, fish, or vegetables have been cooked, used as a base for soups and stews.
Examples:
Chicken broth. Remains of broth. I always add a bit of broth to my soup to give it more flavor.
Loon.
A large migratory bird, typically having a haunting cry and known for its diving and swimming abilities. An offensive word, a foolish or crazy person.
Examples:
Loon call. Wild loon. We spotted a common loon swimming gracefully in the lake.
Muse.
A source of inspiration, particularly for creative endeavors such as writing or art, a mythical spirit thought to inspire poets and artists.
Examples:
Muse inspiration. Creative muse. She gazed out the window, deep in thought, as if waiting for her muse to strike.
Subway.
An underground railway system, typically in a city.
Examples:
Subway train. Rapid transit subway. He took the subway to work every day to avoid traffic congestion.
Billboard.
A large outdoor sign or display that is used for advertising, marketing, or public information, typically located along highways or main roads.
Examples:
Billboard advertising. Digital billboard. The new billboard on the highway promotes a popular vacation destination.
Cereal.
A type of grain used for food, such as wheat, oats, or corn that is typically ground into flour, cooked into porridge, or used to make breakfast cereals.
Examples:
Cereal grain. Cold cereal. I always start my morning with a bowl of cereal.
Delta.
A triangular area of low and flat land that is formed when a river flows into a larger body of water and deposits sediment, an object shaped like an equilateral triangle.
Examples:
River deltas. Delta cone. The Nile Delta is a rich and fertile region that has supported agriculture for thousands of years.
Tune.
A musical composition or set of musical notes that are played or sung, verb, to adjust or set something to a specific condition or standard.
Examples:
The tune of a song. Tune a piano. The band played a beautiful tune on their instruments.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Deflect.
To cause something, especially a criticism or attack, to be directed away from someone.
Examples:
deflect a blow, deflect his criticism. The soccer player was able to deflect the ball away from the goal.
Shield.
A protective covering or structure, especially in the past, that soldiers held in front of their bodies to protect themselves.
Examples:
a heat shield, a shield for protecting against a bullet. Lead is an effective shield against X-rays, gamma rays, and other harmful radiation.
Install.
To fix furniture, a machine, or a piece of equipment into position so that it can be used, put into an office or a position.
Examples:
install a door, install a chairperson. The new president was installed immediately after the national election.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
low rev engine, rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Pretension.
The act of claiming or asserting something, especially without good reason or without evidence, an unfounded or excessive claim or ambition.
Examples:
pretension to authority, baseless pretension. His pretensions of being a gourmet were quickly exposed when he could not identify basic herbs and spices.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
creative writing, barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
process improvement, decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Narration.
The act or process of telling a story, the relating of a story or account.
Examples:
narration of events, exaggerate in narration. His narration of the story was engaging and captivating.
Snout.
The nose and mouth of an animal, especially when protruding or prominently featured.
Examples:
dig with the snout, short snouts. The pig's snout was wet and covered in mud.
Sleeve.
A part of a garment that covers all or part of an arm.
Examples:
a wide sleeve, sleeve length. He rolled up his sleeves to get ready to work.
Loose.
Not securely fixed or fastened in place or able to be detached or separated from something.
Examples:
A loose tongue. Remove loose hair. The inspector discovered loose bolts under the fuel rods.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Sniff.
To inhale audibly through the nose, often to detect or identify a smell. To draw in air through the nostrils with a quick, audible intake of breath.
Examples:
Sniff the air. Sniff the perfume. The dog stopped to sniff around the tree, looking for something interesting.
Ceaseless.
Without stopping, pausing, or resting, persistent and unending.
Examples:
Ceaseless rain. Ceaseless chatter. The ceaseless noise from the construction site kept me up all night.
Intent.
A strong determination or attention to do or achieve something. Adjective, having a strong determination to do or achieve something.
Examples:
The intent of a question. Intent gaze. The designer's intent was to create a minimalist aesthetic for the interior of the building.
Grub.
The larval stage of an insect, particularly beetles, butterflies, or flies. Food, especially in the form of unappetizing or unappealing cooked dishes. Verb, to dig or search diligently and laboriously.
Examples:
Cook up some grubs. Grub for potatoes. The garden was infested with beetle grubs, causing damage to the plant roots.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples:
Insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Plaid.
A pattern of intersecting horizontal and vertical stripes of different colors and widths, usually in a checkered pattern, and typically seen on textiles like blankets and clothing.
Examples:
Plaid patterned wallpaper. Plaid skirt. He wore a plaid shirt to the picnic, which gave him a rustic look.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Dutiful.
Motivated by a sense of duty or obligation, willingly and conscientiously fulfilling one's responsibilities or obligations.
Examples:
dutiful obedience, dutiful employee. The secretary was appreciated for her dutiful service and organization in the office.
Gaze.
To stare at something or someone for an extended period of time, usually out of surprise or adoration, or because you are thinking about something else.
Examples:
gaze steadily at his face, gaze absently out a window. The youngster was gazed by the beast.
Stud.
A small object with a head on one end and a sharp point on the other, used for fastening clothing, leather, or other materials. An animal used for breeding, typically a male horse or bull that is of superior breeding stock. Verb, to decorate or adorn with studs, to provide with studs for support.
Examples:
horse stud, wall stud. He bought a new stud to attach the strap to his watch.
Introductory.
Intended as an introduction or preliminary, serving as a base or starting point.
Examples:
introductory biology text, product introductory sale. The introductory class was designed to give students a basic understanding of the subject.
Erroneous.
Containing errors, mistaken or incorrect, based on faulty reasoning or information.
Examples:
erroneous information, erroneous decision. The report contained several erroneous statements that needed to be corrected.
Profound.
Extremely great, sensed or experienced very strongly, displaying a high level of knowledge or comprehension.
Examples:
a profound book, the profound depths of the sea. My mother's illness had a profound impact on us all.
Slogan.
A short, catchy phrase or motto that is used by a person, organization, or company to promote a particular product, cause, or idea.
Examples:
catchy slogan, advertising slogan. The company spent months researching and testing different brand slogans before finally settling on "Just Do It" as their new tagline.
Succeed.
To accomplish or achieve a desired or intended result or goal, to prosper or attain success in a given field or endeavor.
Examples:
succeed beyond expectations, succeed academically. I hope to succeed in my career and live a happy life.
Imagery.
The use of words or pictures in books, photographs, paintings, etc., that produces pictures in the minds of people, the ability to form mental images of things or events.
Examples:
visual imagery, satellite imagery. This movie is famous for its romantic imagery.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll, rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat, feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Suit.
A set of clothes that are made from the same material, a claim or complaint that a person or organization can file in court against another party. Verb, to be fit or acceptable for.
Examples:
Suit and tie restaurant, suit at law. 6 suits are awaiting trial or verdict.
Motionless.
Without movement or motion, completely still.
Examples:
Motionless figure, motionless body. The wounded soldier lay motionless on the battlefield waiting for medical attention.
Lift.
To raise something to a higher position or level, to pick up something or somebody and move them to a different position.
Examples:
Lift sagging skin, lift a ban on alcohol. The drought lifted the prices of grain globally.
Rib.
Each of a series of curved bones that are connected to the spine and surround the chest. Adjective, subject to laughter or ridicule.
Examples:
Break a rib, rib cage. The accident caused a cracked rib.
Din.
A loud, confused noise, a loud, persistent racket.
Examples:
Din of traffic, mighty din. The din of the city was overwhelming.
Stride.
To walk with long steps in a particular direction. Noun, an important and positive progress.
Examples:
Stride across a room, stride down a slope. She strides confidently across the stage to accept her award.
Vivid.
Producing very clear, powerful, and detailed images in the mind.
Examples:
Vivid colors, still vivid in my memory. She made a vivid impression.
Wallpaper.
A decorative paper or fabric that is applied to walls or ceilings to enhance their appearance. A digital image used as a background on a computer screen.
Examples:
Floral wallpaper, textured wallpaper. I found a retro-inspired wallpaper for my bathroom that matches the vintage sink and bathtub.
Stare.
To gaze or look fixedly and intently at someone or something, often in a questioning, curious, or suspicious manner. Noun, a fixed, intense, and prolonged gaze or look.
Examples:
Stare blankly. Give a menacing stare. He couldn't help but stare at the beautiful sunset over the ocean.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Horror.
Intense fear or disgust, especially at something shocking or terrifying.
Examples:
Horror movie. Horror-struck look. The stories of war crimes filled her with horror.
Poetic.
Of or relating to poetry, equals a piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas, using language in an imaginative and expressive way.
Examples:
Poetic genius. Poetic justice. The sunset was so beautiful, it looked like a poetic scene from a movie.
Essay.
A short piece of writing on a particular topic, usually written by a student as a part of a course of study.
Examples:
Score the SAT essays. Thoughtful essay. The chief editor checks all essays for plagiarism with software.
Literary.
Relating to or characteristic of literature, equals written or spoken works of artistic expression, or other related works, particularly in terms of style and content.
Examples:
Literary criticism. Literary figures. The literary community mourned the loss of the talented author.
Amnesia.
A condition in which a person is unable to remember things, often as a result of brain damage, shock, or illness.
Examples:
Childhood amnesia. Amnesia by trauma. The accident caused her to suffer from temporary amnesia, and she couldn't remember anything that happened before the collision.
Obedient.
Willing to do what someone in authority tells you to do.
Examples:
Grow to be obedient. Obedient dog. The obedient dog followed its owner's commands.
Plot.
A secret plan or scheme to achieve a specific goal. The plan or main story of a literary work. Verb, to plan secretly, usually something illegal.
Examples:
Plot line. Plot a surprise attack. The plot of the novel centers around a group of friends who uncover a conspiracy to control the world's water supply.
Heartbreak.
A feeling of great sadness or disappointment.
Examples:
Ease her heartbreak. Go through heartbreak. They had experienced the heartbreak of losing 2 children due to premature births.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. Adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
Historical novel. Novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Harbor.
An area of water next to the coast where ships and boats are protected from rough water by piers, jetties, and other artificial structures. Verb, keep in one's possession.
Examples:
A sheltered harbor. Harbor a resentment. The tsunami swamped every boat in the harbor.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Retire.
To withdraw from one's position or occupation, especially because of age.
Examples:
Retire voluntarily. Retire after 4 terms. After working for the company for 30 years, she decided to retire from her job.
Hemisphere.
Half of the terrestrial globe, half of a sphere.
Examples:
Northern hemisphere. Cerebral hemisphere. This weather pattern is unique to the southern hemisphere.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Quadrant.
A square-shaped object or area.
Examples:
Quadrate shape. Quadrate ligament. The scientist examined the quadrate bone to determine the species of dinosaur it came from.
Equation.
The act of regarding as equal. Mathematics, a statement that expresses the equality of two expressions by connecting them with the equal sign.
Examples:
The equation of poverty with ignorance. A chemical equation. In this class, you will learn how to solve quadratic equations.
Memorize.
To learn something carefully so that you will remember it exactly.
Examples:
Memorize musical scores. Try hard to memorize the lines. Lawyers need to memorize even the most minor provisions of the law.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Poise.
A calm, confident, and graceful manner with control of your feelings or behavior.
Examples:
Aesthetic poise. With easy poise. He took a deep breath and recovered a little of his poise.
Tip.
The top or extreme point of something slender or tapering, usually a mountain or hill. A piece of advice about something practical, a small amount of money given for services.
Examples:
The tip of a paintbrush. Give the waiter a tip. I will introduce some tips on learning English in this class.
Tongue.
A movable mass of muscle tissue covered with mucous membrane that is in the mouth, a language.
Examples:
Native tongue. Tongue cancer. The tongue is boneless, but it is as strong as bones.
Lurk.
To wait somewhere secretly, especially because you are about to attack someone or do something bad or illegal.
Examples:
Lurked behind the words. Lurk in the darkness. In the city, the risk of traffic accidents lurks at every corner.
Obscure.
Not well known to many people.
Examples:
Obscure answer. Obscure artist. This information was primarily obscured in the first release.
Spleen.
A large, blood-rich organ located in the upper left region of the abdomen, known for its role in the immune system, blood storage, and blood filtration.
Examples:
Spleen function. Enlarged spleen. The doctor explained that the pain in her abdomen was caused by spleen inflammation.
Mythology.
A collection of myths equals traditional stories accepted as history, or the study of myths.
Examples:
Tale from mythology. Ancient mythology. He studies Greek and Roman mythology.
Recall.
To remember something.
Examples:
Recall the incident. Recall his name. She vividly recalls getting laid off several years ago.
Oblivion.
The state of being completely forgotten or unknown, the state of being unconscious or unaware, The condition of being destroyed, wiped out, or erased from existence.
Examples:
Vanish into oblivion. Drunk in oblivion. The author's work was forgotten and fell into oblivion after his death.
Drift.
To move smoothly and slowly in water or air, especially as a result of outside forces, with no control over the direction.
Examples:
Drift down the stream. Drift away on a raft. I drifted around for years in Europe before going to university.
Remains.
The leftover parts or pieces of something that have been destroyed, removed, or consumed, the physical or biological remains of a deceased person, plant, animal.
Examples:
Remains of a building. Human remains. The remains of the ancient civilization can still be seen in the city's ruins.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
Rural accents. People in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples:
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Trout.
A species of freshwater fish, typically found in cold, clear streams, known for its speckled appearance and often favored for sport fishing and culinary purposes.
Examples:
Trout fishing. Grilled trout. The river is known for its abundance of wild trout.
Largely.
Virtually entirely, to a large degree.
Examples:
Largely accepted. Largely mitigate the issue. Nevada is largely a desert state.
Law.
Traditional knowledge, stories, or beliefs often passed down through oral tradition, a body of knowledge or tradition that is often considered to be mythological or legendary in nature.
Examples:
Military lore. Mythological lore. The village's lore passed down stories of their ancestors and their traditions.
Domestic.
Relating to or inside a particular country, not foreign or international.
Examples:
Domestic airline. A domestic animal. GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Etiquette.
A set of rules and norms governing polite and proper behavior in social situations or professional contexts.
Examples:
Email etiquette. Breach of etiquette. It's important to follow proper etiquette when attending a formal dinner.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
Strike up a conversation. Strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Twist.
To bend or turn something into a certain shape.
Examples:
Twist around to the left. Twist a wet towel. He twisted pieces of rope out of straw.
Lid.
A removable or hinged cover for the top of a container.
Examples:
Container lid. The lid of a box. He opened the lid of the jar to reveal the contents inside.
Tin.
A silvery white metal that is typically soft and malleable, often used to make containers or packaging materials. A thin sheet of metal or metal alloy used for a variety of purposes.
Examples:
Tin can. Tin foil. The roof of the old shed was made of rusty tin.
Stow.
To pack or store something safely and securely, especially on a ship or aircraft, to hide or conceal something.
Examples:
Stow all electronic. Stow away goods. Please stow your luggage in the overhead compartment before takeoff.
Whisk.
To move something somewhere suddenly and quickly.
Examples:
Whisk flies away. Whisk people from entrance to exit. Whisk rapidly until egg whites are foamy.
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Padding.
Soft material used to cover or cushion something, usually added for comfort, protection, or to fill out or shape a surface or object. Extra data added to a message to align it to some boundary or for disguising the true length of the data.
Examples:
Padding material. Shoulder padding. The helmet's padding ensures extra protection against impacts.
Floral.
Relating to or resembling flowers.
Examples:
Floral kingdom. Floral design. The floral arrangements at the wedding were breathtakingly beautiful.
Gripping.
Engaging or compelling, capable of holding one's attention or interest tightly, evocative of strong emotions or reactions.
Examples:
gripping documentary, gripping tale. The gripping movie had me on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Needle.
A thin, pointed object typically used for sewing or medical purposes, a metal or plastic instrument used for administering injections or drawing blood.
Examples:
needle prick, sewing needle. The acupuncturist inserted needles into specific points on my body to alleviate my pain.
Scratch.
To cut or damage the surface of something or the skin with a sharp or pointed object.
Examples:
scratch off a name, scratch my signature. Don't scratch your mosquito bites.
Rough.
Not quite exact or correct, having or caused by an irregular surface.
Examples:
rough and tough, rough estimation. The vehicle bounced along the rough mountain road.
Hew.
To chop or cut something, particularly wood, with an axe or other tool. To shape, carve, or form something using a sharp tool.
Examples:
HEW my way through effort. HEW out a cave. He used a chisel to hew the wood into the shape of a bird.
Beam.
A long, sturdy piece of timber, metal, or other material used to support a structure or span a distance, a ray or stream of light emitted by a source.
Examples:
beam of light. A structural beam of a building. The sun's beam shone through the window and illuminated the room.
Flare.
To burn brightly with a sudden, intense burst of flame or light. Noun, a sudden and brief burst of bright flame or light, a sudden and intense burst of radiation from the sun's surface.
Examples:
flare up into a major crisis. The flare of a match. The sun flared and caused a sudden brightening in the sky.
Creature.
A living being, especially an animal.
Examples:
creature of habit. Artificial creature. The deep-sea creature was unlike anything the scientists had ever seen before.
Shining.
Giving off or reflecting light, bright, glistening, or gleaming, characterized by impressive accomplishments or excellence.
Examples:
shining star. Shining example. The shining sun reflected off the calm ocean water.
Thrust.
To push or drive forcibly, to impose or insert. Noun, the force used in pushing.
Examples:
thrust a dagger home. Thrust a plate away. The engine thrust the rocket into space. A portable device that produces a flame, typically one that is used to light a fire or a candle.
Examples:
The torch of learning. Torch song. She used an electric torch to light her way through the dark cave.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples:
A ritual dance. Morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Druid.
A member of an ancient Celtic order of priests, often associated with nature worship and divination.
Examples:
Druid ritual. Druid priestess. The ancient Druids believed in the power of nature and conducted rituals to honor it.
Illuminating.
Making something clear or easy to understand, providing light.
Examples:
Illuminating light. An illuminating answer. The lecture was illuminating and gave me a new perspective on the topic.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples:
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Blazing.
Burning and emitting intense heat and light, powerful and impressive.
Examples:
Blazing fury. Blazing fire. The blazing sun beat down on the desert.
Insulation.
The act or process of covering something to stop heat, sound, electricity, etc. from passing through. The materials used for this.
Examples:
Additional sound insulation. Insulation board. He installed fiberglass insulation in the wall.
Fellow.
Someone who has the same job or interests as you, or is in the same class, profession, or situation as you.
Examples:
Junior fellow. Nice fellow. He is the kind of fellow who only works for his success.
Inhabitant.
A person or an animal that lives in a particular place.
Examples:
The early inhabitants of Europe. Inhabitant tax. His family is the oldest inhabitant of the island.
Funeral.
A ceremony or ritual honoring and remembering a deceased person, typically involving the burial or cremation of the body, a gathering or service to mourn the loss of someone who has died.
Examples:
Funeral arrangements. Funeral service. The somber funeral procession went through the streets, with mourners walking behind the hearse.
Eulogy.
A speech or writing in praise of someone who has died, typically given at a funeral or memorial service.
Examples:
Eulogy speech. Deliver eulogy. The pastor's eulogy touched everyone's heart and brought many to tears.
Deceased.
No longer alive, dead.
Examples:
Deceased loved one. Deceased relative. The deceased person's family was notified of their passing.
Assemble.
To collect in one place as a single group.
Examples:
Assemble your colleagues. Assemble a jigsaw puzzle. The president began to assemble an army.
Afterlife.
Life after death, as believed in many cultures and religious traditions.
Examples:
Afterlife name. Corporate afterlife. The belief in an afterlife comforted those mourning the loss of their loved ones.
Witness.
A person who sees something happen, especially a crime or an accident.
Examples:
Witness of the car accident. A material witness. The manufacturing industry is witnessing fierce competition.
Gratify.
To give pleasure or satisfaction to provide someone with what they want or need, to indulge or satisfy a desire or appetite.
Examples:
Gratify desires. Gratify curiosity. I always try to gratify my boss by achieving the sales target every month.
Heaven.
Of various religious and mythological traditions, a place or state of existence considered to be the abode of the divine, the afterlife, or a higher realm of being, a state of great happiness, contentment, or beauty.
Examples:
Ascend to heaven. Heaven on earth. He felt like heaven when he tasted the delicious chocolate cake.
Row.
An arrangement of objects or people side by side in a line. Verb, to propel a boat through the water using oars.
Examples:
Criminal on death row. A row of cherry trees. He was the leader of the demonstrators and spoke out against the war in the front row.
Eternal.
Being without beginning or end, lasting forever.
Examples:
The hope of eternal life. Eternal quarreling. In every civilization, rulers have tried everything possible to obtain eternal life.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Couch.
A piece of furniture made for sitting, usually with a back and armrests, designed to seat more than one person.
Examples:
Leather couch. A couch potato. I love to relax on the couch and watch movies on the weekends.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Oar.
A pole with a flat blade at one end used for rowing a boat through the water.
Examples:
Sculling oar. Wooden oar. The rowing team coordinated their oars to move through the water smoothly.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Par.
A state of being equal to someone or something.
Examples:
Above par performance. Not up to par. Shares in the company finally fell below their par value.
Uncommon.
Not occurring or seen very often, rare.
Examples:
Uncommon occurrence. Uncommon talents. It was uncommon for the store to have such a big sale.
Schlep.
To carry or drag something heavy or awkward, to travel a long distance with difficulty or effort, to behave in a sluggish or unenthusiastic manner.
Examples:
Schlep groceries. Schlep through airport. I had to schlep all my luggage up 4 flights to my hotel room.
Honor.
High regard or great respect for someone, the quality of having and doing based on a keen sense of morality. Verb, to show respect towards someone.
Examples:
Womanly honor. Honor our ancestors. I claim on my honor that it is true.
Adolescent.
A young person who is in the process of developing from a child into an adult.
Examples:
Adolescent girl. Pre-adolescent children. Timely education about birth control might help reduce adolescent pregnancies.
Garland.
A wreath or chain made of flowers, leaves, or other decorative materials, often used for ornamentation or to honor someone or something. A prize or award given in the form of a wreath or chain.
Examples:
Garland of beads. Garland of lights. The bride wore a beautiful garland of flowers around her neck.
Arc.
The shape of a portion of a circle or other curved line.
Examples:
The arc current. An arc of a circumference. A ball flew in a big arc.
Victory.
A success in a game, competition, election, or battle, or the knowledge that you have won.
Examples:
Victory in the law court. Victory over terrorism. We are optimistic about our final victory.
Pascal.
A unit of pressure in the International System of Units, SI, named after the French mathematician and physicist Blaise Pascal, which equals 1 Newton per square meter, the name of a high-level programming language developed in the 1970s.
Examples:
980 hectopascals. Pressure conditions from 100 to 1600 pascals. Meteorologists recorded a sudden drop in air pressure to 980 hectopascals, signaling the approach of a storm.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Calculator.
A small electronic device for making arithmetic calculations.
Examples:
Calculator app. Analog calculator. I left my alpha calculator at home, so I had to borrow one from a classmate to finish my math homework.
Blossom.
The reproductive structure on a flowering plant that consists of usually colorful petals and a typically green calyx, merging of sepals, the state or time of flowering, the peak of a person's or thing's development or success.
Examples:
Apple blossom. Blossom garden. The cherry blossom trees in the park were in full bloom, creating a beautiful sight.
Behead.
To cut off the head of a person or animal.
Examples:
Behead a prisoner. Behead several hostages. The king ordered the executioner to behead the traitor.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
A symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Opera.
A drama set to music, in which the words are sung rather than spoken.
Examples:
Ballad opera. Opera performance. She loves going to the opera house and hearing the beautiful music.
Mass.
A large amount of a substance with no definite shape or form, a large number of people or things grouped or crowded together.
Examples:
A mass of molten rock. Critical mass. The mass of people who do not own property is politically impotent.
Youngster.
A young person, typically a child or teenager, a creature that is still in its youth or early stages of development.
Examples:
Youngster education. Teenage youngster. The little youngster couldn't wait to open their birthday presents.
Romantic.
Of or relating to love or a sexual relationship.
Examples:
Romantic movies. Romantic breakup. It was his first romantic love.
Lyric.
The words of a pop song.
Examples:
Lyrics of a song, lyric poetry. He embedded the strong will in this lyric.
Suburb.
An outlying district or residential area of a city or town, typically comprising middle-class and affluent neighborhoods.
Examples:
Suburb development. Suburb life. He grew up in the suburbs, but always dreamed of living in the city.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Crack.
To break or cause to break without dividing into separate parts. Noun, a line on the surface of something along which it is separated without breaking.
Examples:
Crack an eggshell. A crack in a board. He that would eat the kernel must crack the nut.
Debut.
The first public performance of an artist or actor.
Examples:
Debut on national TV. Debut performance. The debut album of the band was a success.